And we're on live. Chapter 10, third declension. Third declension, as we've moved from chapters 15 through 21, well, 15 through 18, and then 21. You've been in the indicatives. We're gonna move back now to the nouns. And if you remember in your nouns, you learned your paradigm, your ending paradigms for declensions 2, 1, and 2. And this is now your third declension. So all it's doing at this point is adding on to the paradigm you already know. So some of them will look the same, but the third declension carries a different set of patterns. The main thing that you need to know is that nouns that have a vowel ending are typically going to decline within declensions 2 and 1, depending on their gender across. The nouns that have a consonantal ending are going to decline typically in the third declension. So so that brings a whole nother set of issues in the 2-1-2 declension. When you add the noun to the ending, there's sort of this vowel buffer, and Greek likes that vowel buffer because it makes things pronunciate well. But when you get to the third declension and you've got a consonant smacking up against a consonant, it becomes a little more goofy, because when consonants come together, they don't get along as well, and they tend to change. They tend to do things differently. So the third declension is going to have more rules that we need to follow in order to accomplish this. So a few things that we need to remember. Let's think about 10.5 just has a little hint to say on page 78, says that third declension does have a few case endings that are different. And it says if you've been memorizing the case endings with the final stem vowel, then you might want to go back and learn the true case endings, just the case ending, because that's going to help you in the third declension as you work through these things. So the hints in 10.6 are really important to work through because it gives you kind of some of the rules, how things change, how the vocab card looks. On the vocab, you have the lexical form, which is your nominative singular. So take sarks, for example. Sarks is going to be your nominative singular, and that looks weird with that C there. But what's happened is the root, which is sigma, alpha, rho, chi, has come in contact with a sigma in the square stops, which we'll talk about later, turns that kappa, not a chi, kappa, turns that kappa into a xi. And so, on your vocab, what you're going to get is the lexical form, sarks, and then right next to it, you're going to get the genitive form, sarkos. And the reason that it gives you the genitive form is because the genitive ending naturally has a vowel attached to it, the omicron, and that sustains the root. It doesn't do damage to the root. So in order for you to know what's happening, in order for you to reverse engineer the word, it's important to know the genitive, because that gives you the true root. So sarks, there's no xi in the root. It's actually a kappa, and you see that in sarkos. Okay. The other important thing to know is that in the third declension, your masculine and your feminine don't end up with different declensions. They decline pretty much the same. So in order to know the difference between the masculine and the feminine, you have to just memorize it with your vocab. So at the end of your vocab card, you're going to see an article, and that article is giving you the information of whether it's masculine or feminine. And that leads me to this other statement, that even if a word declines in the third declension, you have to understand there's no third declension for articles. Articles remain the same, period. Okay? Articles only decline in a 2-1-2 format. So say you have a third declension genitive singular, sarkos, you're going to get a first declension feminine singular genitive article with it. So you would get tes sarkos. And those look weird and different, but that article is going to help you identify sarkos as a genitive singular, not a masculine singular, if you don't know your vocab very well. So so that's helpful, is remember there is no third declension articles. You're not going to see articles decline like the nouns in third declension. So You can look up at number under 10.6 on page 79. Number 3 and 4 are important. It gives you some rules about the new. The new drops out when it follows a sigma, and that's going to be important because as we work through words, it's going to explain why words drop out or why things drop out. And the same thing is a tau drops out when it's followed by a sigma, or if it's at the end of a word. A tau is just kind of a sissy altogether, and it drops out. And what's interesting is if you get a new and a tau together, which we're going to see soon, they both end up dropping out because they can't handle the pressure of the third declension. So let's work through this, a few of the important things. I highly recommend learning the master declension chart or master case endings chart, 10.14 on page 82 and 83. This includes your 2-1-2 declension, your masculine, feminine, neuter, and then it includes your third declension, both masculine, feminine, and neuter. And so if you are able to do this chart, if you're able to begin it and end it, just writing it all the way out, you're actually in really good shape for this chapter, because this chapter doesn't present you with a ton of new information. Well, let me say that. It doesn't present you with a bunch of new concepts. What it's doing is it's presenting you with more memorization. And so the only thing that can get overwhelming is adding a ton of information on top of what you already know. Well, the best way to just handle information is to repetitively, with multiple senses, saying it out loud, writing it down, thinking through it. Those are going to be important functions throughout the day. If you're in a meeting, if you're at work, if you're pastoring a church, I don't know, whatever you do, I've got a staff meeting tomorrow morning that ultimately ends up pretty boring. But in that meeting, I'll doodle on my piece of paper and I'll draw the charts out and I'll decline the endings. And so that just helps me remember. And if you can get that system down, then you can reverse engineer pretty much anything, especially if an article is supplied to you. So you can see, hey, there she is. Hey, Erin.
Hey. Hey, Tiffany. Oh.
Tiffany's muted.
Oh.
But great, yeah. Erin, we were just giving the intro to the chapter.
Okay.
And so I was talking through the things. I was saying that there's not a lot of new concepts introduced. It's just a lot of information.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of more memorization. So really, chapter 10 is kind of one of those wake-up calls of you just have to do this. It's just you've got to memorize it. You got to figure it out. What's interesting is that as you push through and you get into more verbs, you're going to look back at chapter 10 and go, oh, that's cake. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of info there. And so I've recommended on page 82 and 83 of your book to make sure, I do recommend you being able to fill out completely this ending chart. Now, I want to be clear, that's not necessary for your quiz this week, but I do, for the sake of you knowing Greek well, learn that ending chart quite well.
Can I ask a question about the ending chart?
Sure, go ahead.
So for the nominative singular,
Yeah.
the sigma ending just for masculine. And
no. Okay.
You see how it's kind of confusing within the two different charts?
No, it's not confusing to me, but if I can follow what you're saying.
So you know how there's a sigma and then there's a dash within the math?
Yeah.
But
okay, keep in mind this chart you've already learned. That up at the top where it says masculine, feminine, and neuter, you learned that in the first 9 chapters. So this chart right here isn't new, Erin. That's your old chart.
No, I think she's saying in the third declension, it's separated by one section's masculine, feminine, and one section is neuter. But in the masculine, feminine section under nominative singular, there's a sigma and a dash in that box.
Oh, okay.
Does the dash correspond to the feminine?
Yeah. I get some feminine words can have a blank, apparently. Is that right?
Okay. Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I just had a phone call. But yeah, so yeah, thank you, Tiffany. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for the nominative singular, third
Okay.
nouns, masculine, feminine, are they gonna like? Is the masculine gonna have the sigma ending, or is I'm sorry, the masculine I know is gonna have the sigma ending, but will the feminine?
Sometimes. Now, I'm not going to make a solid statement on this because that I actually have not. Most feminine, like take for instance, sarx has a sigma ending. So, and it's a feminine word. So you can't say that the feminines are not going to have a sigma ending. I guess it's just possible some feminine words don't, or maybe that's telling you there's no connecting vowel.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good question. I don't know why he doesn't have a note on that. Um, Aaron, let me do some research and maybe I'll send out an email class wide on that. I don't think it's a big deal. I think you just need to remember that there's a sigma there.
Yeah, because on the first chart
Say
of the
what?
chapter, on the first chart of the chapter, it just shows the sigma. So
Right.
I don't think it's important because it's only in a later chart that it has a dash as well.
Right, and the later chart is specifically for connecting vowels. So I think what Mounts is probably trying to do is to tell you that there's no connecting vowel in that masculine singular, feminine or masculine.
Okay.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that the masculine, feminine nouns that are third declension nouns will take the sigma if they're in the nominative singular.
Yeah, I'm quite positive about that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's just the dash is representing that there's a lack of a connecting vowel.
Well, that's my assumption, but I don't know why he wouldn't do that anywhere else. But that's my assumption. So there's no connecting vowel on a masculine or a feminine, I guess, is what he's saying. But yeah. But yeah, the first chart is just the endings, and the ending for masculine and feminine is a sigma, and I know that for a fact.
Okay.
So that is a bit confusing why Mounts puts a dash there. What about this chart? Is there a dash on this chart?
Yeah.
Is there?
There's, if you look at you're talking about the laminated sheet.
Oh yeah, because it does the same thing. Yep. Well, I think that's what that means, is that there's no feminine connecting vowel.
So what would be the connecting vowel for the masculine?
There's no connecting vowel. I think it's just saying there's no connecting vowel at all.
Okay.
That's what I would think.
So it's just there's no connecting vowel, it's just a sigma at the end for.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
For masculine, feminine.
Yep.
Right? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Good question, Aaron. As you go through, you're gonna see different forms of verbs or forms of nouns, and that's the thing about the third declension, is that with every different ending, you're gonna get a different. It's gonna look a little different in the third declension. So that makes it kind of difficult when you've got you can see kappa stems, mot stems, which, by the way, all mot stems are neuter, so that's helpful, right?
Yeah.
And new stems has it declines differently because they all have different ways of handling the endings coming on to the consonant. 10.11 is tis, which is actually the root is tau, iota, nu. But remember, the nu is one of those sissies that can't handle it. So,
So that's why it's in the neuter.
Yeah, that's why it's t in the neuter, because there's no neuter ending. And the nu is not going to hang out at the end of the word.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't. That's not like one of the rules in 10.6. It says the nu drops out when followed by a sigma, but is it also like the tau where it just can't be at the end of the word?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. This is where this chapter, moving on from here, is when the rules start not getting as exact.
Okay, gotcha.
So, matter of fact, I'd say that's exactly what the third declension is. Is up until this point, Mounts has provided a good, clean system of nouns, 2, 1, 2, and he said, "Oh, look how pretty all this is. It makes perfect sense."
Right.
The third declension is Mounts' way of just kind of dumping everything that doesn't fit into that realm into this thing and go, "Oh yeah, this is how everything else handles it."
Right.
None of it handles it the same. As a matter of fact, chapter 10 is not done. When you get to chapter 11, you're going to be introduced to 3 new third declension nouns that decline totally different.
Okay.
And so these are just the odd ones that don't fit in. And what happens is when you get letters like nu and sigma, you're going to find that they kind of do what they want. And you just kind of have to memorize when they're there and when they're not.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, you see on 10.12, there's the one of your vocab words, ice, mia, n, the word for one.
Wait, where are we at?
10.12, it's on page 82,
Yes.
the top.
Yep.
And so this word is just showing you how this declines also. Keep in mind that in third declension, when you have an adjective, that adjective is still the nominative singular masculine, even though masculine and feminine is the same. So masculine form in its lexical form. Does that make sense?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Adjectives function the same in the third declension. So when an adjective can be either masculine, feminine, or neuter, the lexical form is always the masculine singular.
Right. Adjectives are always the masculine.
Right.
Or all.
Yeah, the lexical form is.
In lexical form.
Yeah. So like one like ice, mia, n, even though Mounts on a note card will show you, it almost looks like there's 3 different words. You need to know that the lexical form of that is ice.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good reminder.
Yes.
I have a question about is it haste?
Haste. Yeah. I'm sorry. Heist. That's what I meant. Yeah.
It asks the question like in that paragraph below the paradigm. Why is there no plural to this word? And doesn't answer. So and I'm like, well, why?
Okay. Well, that's a good question. Why do you think, Aaron?
I don't want to. It's too much critical thinking skills here.
Okay, well, do it in English. What does the word mean?
It means one. So okay. So it can be singular or plural. Right? Oh no. Well, no. I mean it's just one because it's just singular.
Yeah, it's a kind of a counting term. So you don't make one a plural.
Ones?
Well, that would be if it's a pronoun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but this is more of like a number.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna see this a lot in saying the one man, or there was one demon, or there was one one baptism. You're gonna see it there. It's sort of a counting measuring, and it's singular just by the nature that it means one. There's no plural way to say it.
So it's different from tis, or is it tis or tis?
Well, it's actually tin, but tis in its lexical form. Yeah.
So it's different from tis in that it's a pronoun.
Right. Tis is a pronoun, whereas haste is, like I said, a counting.
Oh, is that why he was asking that question?
Probably.
Okay.
Yes. Good catch on that. Okay, let's go to the square of stops. The square of stops, you have the labials, the velar, and the dentals. And so the labials are the letters you would make using your lips as stops. So p, b, and f. Okay. And so those become the labials. They when they're added, when the sigma's added to them, they turn into the letter psi, which makes sense, right? That's a labial with a sigma. But all of them turn to the letter psi.
Right.
So when you see it, the reason you learn the square of stops is so that when you see psi, because that's what you're going to see. You're going to see psi. You can reverse engineer. Well, that means that that letter could either be a P, a beta, or a phi. And it'll help you come up with your lexical form.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you can reverse engineer it.
Right, exactly. Your velars or your kind of your gutturals are the kappa, gamma, and key. That's where you make the sound in the back of your throat. And so those always end up forming the letter xi, which you realize you make in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
So when you see xi, you can know the letter of the root can either be kappa, gamma, or key. Okay?
Okay.
And then, of course, the dentals are just big sissies. So when they come in contact with a sigma, they just cower, and the sigma just stays.
Got it.
Sigma just kind of takes over, pushes them aside. Okay?
Yeah.
And you can kind of logically understand why, because if you tried to pronounce any of those with a sigma, it'd be really hard.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would.
So yeah, they just kind of go away.
Okay.
Well, they don't kind of, they do.
Yeah.
The difficulty is that what you're going to run into sometimes is that some words legitimately have a psi or xi in them. Like that's how they're spelled. And sometimes you're going to be thinking it's a square of stops, and you're going to be trying to reverse engineer that word when that word legitimately has that letter in it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Sometimes that's gonna be a thing when you're really trying to figure the word out. But for now, just know if you see that toward the end of the word and it looks like the case ending or whatever backs right up to it, or the very end, know that something probably has happened.
Like at the end of the word.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
at the end of the word. So rule 8 is the tau can't stand at the end of the word; it'll drop off.
Mm-hmm.
So all of your, most of your neuter words, mots, end with ma. So you've already learned one of those words, pneuma, right? Pneuma.
Pneuma.
Yeah, pneuma. It's actually pneumat, but the tau drops off.
Okay.
So it's pneuma. Yeah. And so with that, seriously, you learn this declension, and you got everything covered. Your nouns are done. You've got some more grammar stuff to learn, but for the most part, you've memorized every way to identify nouns in the New Testament. So that's something, right?
That's exciting. Yeah.
That's something good. It also kind of throws in here this pos word.
Yeah.
Which is all over the New Testament, specifically Paul. It's so important for Paul, especially in Romans. But pos is a 313 adjective. So the root is actually pon in the third declension, but it takes on the form pasa, pasa in the first declension. Oh, is it pont? Yeah, I think it's actually pont. You're right. Yeah. Yep. But the tau drops off, and the nu doesn't like to be there either. So, with the sigma, so it just goes away. Yeah, pretty much just like a Hebrew word, any normal Hebrew word. But yeah, so pos, pasa, pon, and you can see how that declines, and it's an adjective, so regardless of how it declines, the lexical form is always pos.
Okay.
And then at the very end of the chapter, the author goes, you know what, there's a few more things you need to know about the article. By the way, it doesn't just mean the.
Okay, I didn't even read that, actually.
Okay. The article is what they call a weak demonstrative, which means it can form as a demonstrative, that or these. It can also be a relative pronoun, who, whom. It can also be a personal pronoun, he, she, it, depending on the form of the sentence. What happens is the article not only means the, but when it's separated from a noun specifically, it can become a tool that writers can use to fill in whatever they need. Yeah.
That's great.
That's awesome. Yeah. And so as you read, you'll get to articles that just seem like random articles there.
Yeah.
And you don't get to skip over them. You actually have to deal with them. They mean something in the sentence. They're doing something.
Okay.
It's just probably not the definite article you're used to, the. It's more of, it's either identifying a phrase, like you'll see right below it. Actually, look at 10.25.
Mm-hmm.
It says sometimes you'll find the article before a prepositional phrase, and that's what it's doing, is twice there in that prepositional that begins that prepositional phrase is modifying pasin. It's functioning as a modifier to all. So it's defining who all is. It gives light to all who are in the house.
So how do you know how it's functioning?
Well,
Yep.
you have. This is where Greek becomes a little bit of an art. You have to use your mind and understand that's what it means.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's just dandy.
It's just exciting. Yeah. But you can see there, if you look at that sentence, it's not too hard, because as you look at toys, you go, there's no noun around. Right? It can't be an article for a noun.
Yeah, I guess not.
So it has to be doing something else, and generally what you need to work through in your head is what's around it. You see that prepositional phrase right behind it.
Right.
Well, what toys or what the article will often do is take a prepositional phrase and make it a modifier for a noun or for something else.
And when you say modifier, like, what do you mean? Like,
Well, in this instance, it turns it into a relative clause, which you haven't learned yet, so don't hurt yourself over that.
okay.
Yeah, and so what you can see is that the sentence is it gives light to all, right? That's the sentence. And what Toyce is doing in that sentence is it's going to open up what they mean by all.
Okay.
It gives light to all, specifically who are in the house. To whom is in the house, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll learn more about how, like, will we learn more about article modifiers?
Yes, you'll get, as you get to relative pronouns in chapter 14, which is the devil chapter, or it was for me. I'm sure for you guys it'll be easy. But when it gets to relative pronouns, you'll start learning more about how that works, and you'll start seeing it in your translation. It's fairly common.
To do
So
that.
you just need to start thinking. I mean, Mounts figures, since he's giving you the third declension, and this stuff is all the stuff that doesn't fit in anyway. Then let me just tell you, by the way, everything I taught you about the article is not everything. The article also does weird things that we can't put into a system.
It's like, psych.
Yeah, gotcha. But no, I mean, if you tried to systematize English, which people have forever, you've got to have these type of conversations. Oh, by the way, that doesn't just mean that. It can be a lot of things. So, but yeah, their article is a little bit more powerful than just a definite article.
Okay.
And I think that covers our chapter. Let me give a little bit of info about what you can expect quiz-wise.
Okay.
It's the same you've always seen. You've got one page of vocabulary. And for your vocabulary, you need to make sure that you don't just memorize this week's vocab. Remember previous week's vocab. And if you get a chance, just for fun, I mean, it'd be a good thing to just look over your prepositions one more time, how they function in the genitive and accusative even. And dative and stuff. That'd be good. Maybe have those. Just brush up on those along with all the other vocab. And and there also is one sheet of parsing.
Okay.
And in that parsing, you end up, because this is a noun chapter, you're going to have a lot of nouns on that parsing.
Yeah.
And they're not all going to be third declension nouns, so you need to be up on your whole noun paradigm. And then just also don't forget about those present verbs and those imperfect verbs, because they're still floating around out there, and we need to know them as we parse and not get taken off guard. So,
like, you mean how to parse?
Parse. There is no inflected. You're not going to be asked for inflected. There's just your typical lexical form information.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So I'm yours. What do you want?
Well,
What
Tiffany,
would start with vocab parsing workbook?
Tiffany, if you're okay with this, I kind of want to do some parsing.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, let's do that. Let me get a sheet of paper.
Okay.
Aaron, what page on the workbook is are the exercises for this chapter? Because when I printed it, I accidentally printed the chapter 10 for the track 1.
Oh.
And so I'm trying to find it in the book.
It's on. I think it's page 191.
Okay.
I actually haven't really looked at the workbook that much.
Hmm.
191. Okay.
I think what's going to be difficult. I keep hearing myself, Joseph. Is that a problem?
Oh,
Okay,
sorry,
go
that's my
ahead.
fault.
Let me try it. Okay, yeah, I'm good now. Okay, so I think what's going to be difficult for me is the square stops.
Okay.
Like reverse engineering. Don't you think that's going to be? Isn't that somewhat difficult?
It can be, but if you pair the square stops, your knowledge of the square stops, if you pair that with knowing your vocab, you're not going to find that it's overly difficult.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think you're going to see. I think you're going to sit there and go, oh, okay, wait a minute, I see what's going on, because your vocab already has the square stops completely in it, and it's giving you the genitive, so you know the root, so you know exactly what's happening.
Right.
So the square of stops is more to inform you that, hey, this is what's happening. If you know your vocab, you're not going to have a problem on your quiz or your test or anything like that.
Right.
But the square of stops is so that when you cross a word, say in the New Testament that you don't know, and you're going to reverse engineer it, it gives you some information about how you might find its lexical form, or how you might find its root, or know what's going on.
Okay, if I don't know the word.
Right.
Okay.
Correct. Okay, so let's look at this word, and let's see what goes on here.
Okay. All right.
The first letter is a sigma.
So that's sarcos is the vocab word.
Well, the vocab word is actually sarx.
Sarx. Oh, sarcos is the genitive.
Right. Good
Okay.
call.
Sarx. Sarx is the vocab word. Therefore, that's going to be. I know this. Okay. I know this.
Okay, I believe you.
It's plural.
Okay.
It's feminine.
Okay.
It's going to be third person dative.
Okay, now you went all like verb on me.
Oh, wait.
Your nouns don't have person.
Sorry.
Can't be third person. Even though it would, if it were going with a verb, it would represent a third person, but it's not.
Yeah. Sorry. Wait.
Okay.
Okay, so it's, I'm sorry. Okay, it's dative, feminine, plural.
Okay. And the lexical form?
Sarx.
Okay. Good. Good. You got to remember, nouns are easier to parse. You only
Yeah.
need 3 things.
Wait, what did I say?
You said a bunch of things, but you said it was third person dative.
So I thought it was accusative.
Okay, why would you think that?
Because it
Of the
ends
new
in
there?
because it ends in a new, didn't it?
It did.
Say what now? Yeah, it does end in a new. But what is the actual word?
Sark.
Right, so there's more than just the new, right?
Right. Okay. I didn't realize. I kind of like. I haven't memorized the rules, but I have it in my head that, like, if you have the own ending, it doesn't turn into. Oh, I see what you're saying. I got it. I'm missing
Okay,
something. I got it.
yeah, because just so everybody else watching, maybe later, the point is that your root is still sark, and you know in order to get this C, there has to be a sigma there. So your ending is actually sigma iota nu, which is going to identify it as the dative plural, and you know it's feminine because you know your vocab. So yes, and sometimes that can get tricky because if you just stop at the ending, you get the new, which that's this isn't the first time we've experienced that because in when we were in the regular nounal endings, people would get caught up on that as well, just looking at the end of the noun instead of looking all the way through. Also, some people struggle with that in verbs. They would see what were the verbs in the verbal endings. They would see luel, lues, lue, luamen, luete, luusi. My side time. Oh, that was it. In the passive verbal endings, the primary endings, it was the endings are my, psi, tai, meta, essa, ntai. So a lot of people would see tai at the end of the word and go, oh, that's a third singular. But instead of going back one more letter and seeing that the new changes it to a third plural. And so a lot of people struggle with that also. So you gotta get the entire ending in order to identify it properly. And since you know your vocab and you know the genitive is sarkos, you know that's actually kappa there, and you can isolate exactly what the ending is. Sigma, iota, nu. So let's try another one.
Yeah. So on the parsing, there's going to be verbs as well as nouns.
Yes.
That stinks. Okay, gotcha.
It's everything you know up to this point. So, and you do know it.
I just like to complain.
Yeah. We all do. Okay, this will be fun.
Okay. Tiffany, do you want to do this one? Sorry, I just kind of jumped in.
Sure, I'll do it. So, is that dative singular feminine?
Yes.
Okay.
From what word?
From sark, or yeah, sark.
Yeah, from sarks is the lexical form.
Lexical form is sark. Sarks or starks?
The lexical form is sarks.
Sarks.
Yeah, the root is sark.
Oh, sark. Okay, I got you.
But the lexical form, when you add that sigma to the end, is sarks.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Let's throw this at you.
That's feminine, nominative singular. Lexical form is pos.
Good. Good job. Absolutely. You got it down.
I try. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
All the others, I'm not going to know them now.
Don't lie. All right. How about this one?
Is that me now?
Yeah, go for it, girl.
Okay. Somatos. Hold on, I have to look up the vocab here because I do not know it. Alright. Just gonna go out on a whim here and say that that is genitive, masculine, singular.
Okay,
From,
good. Well, why would you say masculine?
Because the vocab here has ta as the definite article.
Okay, what's your masculine article?
Well, if it were, well, it'd be two, but next to the vocab, all I see is ta, so I just assumed it was masculine.
Right, but a masculine word in your vocab would have ha.
I know, I don't know why it has this. It's in the back of the book, not on the card.
It's right.
Okay.
But what
Oh,
is
so,
ha?
oh, neuter. I'm sorry.
There you go. Yeah.
Nice.
Good call. And also because it's got that mot, so mot,
Right.
you can tell that's neuter.
Yes, thank you.
Yep. Okay. Well, this one.
Okay. Wait, no, Joseph, don't do this.
Come on.
That's a verb. That's no fair.
Well, hey, you've already won half the battle.
Okay. All right. So it's augmented, therefore it's imperfect.
Good.
It's deponent. It's deponent, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Indicative, and it's third person plural.
Okay. What's the lexical form?
Paruomai.
Peruomai. Yes. Good job. You nailed that.
Thanks.
Did you cheat? Were you looking at something?
Nope, looking right at you.
Wow. Good job. That's good. You guys are killing it. I feel a little worthless this week. All right. What about that?
Techno. Is that techno? Oh, yeah,
Yeah, it
techno.
is. It's not music.
Nice.
Thanks.
Well, I know that it's dative because it has an iota subscript.
Good.
So I'm just gonna wing this and say it's neuter, dative, singular.
Okay, do you know the lexical?
Technon.
Okay. Do you know this word?
Technia, little children. Is that what that is?
It'd be technon.
Or technon.
Yeah,
Sorry,
little
I just
children.
speak from the website, the Technia website.
Right,
That's why.
technia, yeah. No, technon would be children. Good. Perfect.
And that's not a third declension noun, correct?
No,
That's
it's not.
regular
Yeah, that's second.
noun.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Present, active, indicative. It would be. Oh no, I'm sorry. Present, middle, passive. No, wait. Present, deponent, indicative.
Good.
Is it second person singular? No.
No, you're right.
Yep, second person singular. From Erica Mai.
Good. Perfect. Good job. You guys are killing it. Fairly ridiculous. I've got nothing left to teach you. Hey, let me ask you. Do you remember what the preposition peri means?
Yes.
Do you remember what it means in the genitive?
In the genitive, it means concerning.
Okay. What about the accusative?
Around.
Okay. And you remember para?
Para.
Yeah.
Is that wait, I know this. That's accusative, to, towards, or with?
No, that's pros.
Oh, okay.
What's para? Para in the genitive specifically.
Para in the genitive.
It's from.
Yeah, it's from.
Okay.
Good.
Good to know.
Okay. Guys, I mean, we can keep going in the parsing. If you want to open up the workbook, we can keep doing it.
Actually, I'm gonna head off. I gotta go put away
All
some
right, Tiffany, I
work.
hope you feel better.
Thank you.
Bye, Tiffany.
Bye.
Aaron, it's all yours.
Okay. I feel like I kick everybody out. Just kidding.
That's what happens. You came in and they all got nervous.
No,
That man, this girl knows a
I
Greek.
mean, like, I just, no.
This girl knows a Greek. She's parsing like deponent verbs and everything.
I don't need to get a big head.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, I mean, can we do a few more parsing? Like, I feel like I just, like, mixing in verbs and nouns, like, maybe, like, 2 more.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes.
I know I'm, like, putting you on the spot. And then if we could do some translations, that would be great.
All over it. Okay, let's try.
Okay. All right. That is nominative, plural. Wait. Oh, and that's feminine.
Right.
And the lexical form is sarx.
Good. Good.
Okay. Oh, wow.
You got this.
Okay, hold on. Okay. It's going to be, this is a verb, correct?
You tell me, Aaron.
Well, it's agapao. So that means to love, to cherish. Is that right?
That's what agapao means.
Okay. So it is present, active, indicative, third person, plural from agapao.
Okay. This ending, sin.
O-S-A, amen, ete, usin. Yes.
Okay, that works out because isn't there a sin in the third declension, dative plural?
Let me, wait.
Like if this were a noun,
Oh, if this were,
yeah, couldn't that be a third declension, dative plural?
sure, I guess, but that's it. But we're dealing, but this is a verb
How do you know that?
because I know the vocab is agapao, but
Don't doubt yourself. You got it right. You're
yeah.
right. But the reason that something might show up on your quiz like this is because of that ending looks like the dative plural third declension.
Right.
But you have to know that agape, the noun for love, is a first declension feminine word. It's not going to be a third declension also.
Right.
So that's good. You did really good. You identified that this ending is a third plural verbal ending.
Right.
And this is the verb. That's what knowing your vocab does for you.
Right.
Because if you didn't know your vocab and you were just trying to engineer this, you might get this confused with a third declension ending because that's what you're thinking this week.
Right.
Yeah. So good job.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think what was very helpful was like just what you were talking to me about last week about like not like letting the word be the word and not bring everything that I know to it instead of just backing up and looking at it.
Right. Yeah. Just break down the word and filter it through what you know.
Right.
Let it be there.
I think that really helped.
So good. Yeah, you're doing a really good job parsing. So I think you whatever you've got, you got it figured out. So let's hit this workbook, Aaron.
Okay. Can we do number 9 on page 193?
Absolutely, we can. I was hoping you'd ask.
For that one specifically?
Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah.
Not kidding. Look at the size of this thing. Like a nonge on a toothpick.
Oh my gosh. You are a pastor, Joseph. Don't you remember that?
It's not bad.
That's from that movie.
What are you talking about?
Oh my God.
Dad, how can you hate the Colonel? Because he puts an addictive chemical in his chicken that makes you crave for it nightly. Sorry. All right.
Isn't that Austin Powers?
No, it's the same actor. It's Mike Myers,
Okay.
but it's earlier than Austin Powers. It's in So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Oh, I forgot you're old.
Yeah, I'm old. Now that is the same voice he uses for the big guy in Austin Powers.
Hey, what's that guy's name, Joseph?
I don't remember. But from what I understand, he was a bastard. All right. So number 9.
Oh my gosh.
All right, number 9.
I'm totally telling on you.
Oh, it's recorded. So.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So ook means so este.
Whoa, where are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at number 7. That's what I meant. I didn't mean number 9. Number 9 is huge.
Oh, it's okay. Can you understand my confusion though?
Yes.
Okay, let's do number 7.
Okay, we can't do number 9.
Okay.
Okay, number 7.
Yes.
Okay, the verb is este.
Okay.
And oh my gosh. Is that third person singular?
Do you remember your Amy paradigm?
No, Amy A. Eston.
Yeah. So it can't be third singular.
Amy A. Eston I totally forgot it.
Eisen, Este, Esman.
Oh, darn it. Okay. Amy A. Eston, Esman, Este, Asen.
Eisen. Okay, I did it backwards. Yeah, Eisen. Yep.
Amy A. Eston, Esman, Este, Asen. Okay, so it's second person plural.
Good.
So I don't see. Yeah, so it has to be you are.
Okay.
You are not in. Okay, Sarki. So that's dative, plural, feminine. Okay, so you are not.
Hold on, go back to that. Parse that again.
Okay. I'm singular.
There you go.
So you are not in son
Okay.
or in child.
Now your vocab, sarx. What does sarx mean?
Oh, doesn't it mean child?
No, that would be technon.
Oh, sarx. Oh, what does it mean? What does it mean? Flesh. Okay. All right.
Yep.
You are not in flesh. In flesh. But in spirit.
Right.
Okay. Okay. All right. So if he okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm getting a little confused. So, all right, so I have the verb each he, she, it dwells, and I know the subject is pneuma because it's in the nominative masculine, or nominative singular.
Where is that?
Pneuma.
Okay. Nominative singular. Okay.
Yeah. So I know my subject is spirit. So if the spirit of God dwells in you.
Right.
Okay. But if okay, tis okay, where's my do I have a verb in here?
I think you do.
Oh, I forgot this verb. It's eke.
Good.
Eke. Oh man. Oh, it's okay. Its lexical form is echo.
Right.
It means I have. So a. So, but if you have.
Why would you do that? Parse it.
Okay. Okay. It's a. Oh, sorry. Okay, so it's third person singular present active indicative.
Good. So you need to look around for a third person subject.
Pneuma.
It would look like pneuma could be, but you need to deal with this
Tis.
that's there. What is that?
Tis. It's a third declension noun.
It's a kind of a relative pronoun. It's kind of a pronoun there.
Okay.
You need to keep in mind that when you have what looks like, two nominatives, even though I would argue pneuma's not a nominative, but
It's
if you
not.
have two nominatives, then typically the pronoun will take precedence.
Okay. So I know tis means someone or something, or certain
Right.
one or certain thing, or anyone or anything.
Good. So use that.
So okay, but if someone has, but if someone does not have the Spirit of Christ.
Good.
Okay, this last part, Eston. Okay, Eston, let me think about this. Amy A. Eston. So that's he, she, it is. Oh, there's this. Okay, without two. Okay, hold on. It's okay. Hautos means this.
Hutos, yeah, this.
Hautos means this. He.
And because it's functioning there substantively, it would probably be this one.
Oh man, how do you know that?
Well, because there's no noun around for it to be modifying. It's a demonstrative pronoun.
It's demonstrative pronoun. What does that mean?
It means it's functioning as a pronoun. It means this one, this person.
How do I know that?
Well, if I were talking about, say, this bottle of water,
Right.
it doesn't function as an adjective, right?
Right.
Because it's not describing the water, it's identifying the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I were to say, man, if I were to do this and go, this is good, what would I be talking about?
The water bottle.
I would be talking about the water specifically if I drank it.
Yeah.
I'd say this is good. I would be saying this water is good. Relative, a demonstrative can stand in for now. So we know that it's been talking about, it's kind of like I've been talking about this water that's from probably New York's tap water, Nestle, Pure Life. I've been talking about this throughout the entire sentence. And I take a swig of it and go, this is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to tell you this water. I can
Right.
say this is pretty good. Well, this entire sentence has said, if you have the Spirit, you're of the Spirit, not of, you're not of the flesh, you're of the Spirit. It goes through and says, if someone, if the Spirit of God dwells in you, and then it says, but if, and it says right here, someone
Uh-huh.
not have the Spirit of Christ, this
one is not of him.
right, or his, right, good.
Is it of? But is it?
It's of him, but you can also say that as his,
Yeah. Okay.
because it's a possessive his.
One is not his.
Yeah, you could say of him though, that's fine. But yeah,
Okay.
it would basically say this one is not his, or is not of him. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
That works. And that's why for me, demonstratives and relative pronouns became so difficult. It's because they're always pointing back to something.
So have we studied specifically just demonstrative pronouns and what they are? I just never heard that before.
Yeah, no, I think you're getting there.
Okay.
Yeah, you haven't gotten there yet. Your demonstratives will come in. Where are your demonstratives? Come on. 13. Chapter 13 is where you'll hit demonstrative. So you haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
So you're good.
All right. Let's do number 9. Let's do it.
All right. Hey, I'm all over it. Glad you asked.
Okay. Okay. Agapatoi.
Okay, why are you putting an accent on the alpha there? You're emphasizing the aga.
Okay. Agapate. I don't know. Because I want to say agapao. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, because you're used to that. Yeah, it's agapetoi.
Agape toy. I get okay. Agape toy.
Right.
Agape toy. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this word. So it's nominative,
Mm-hmm.
plural, feminine. So, right?
Is it what's the
Oh,
lexical
I'm
form?
sorry. Masculine. Nominative, plural, masculine.
What's the lexical form?
I can't even say because I just want to say agapato. Hold on.
You say, before you.
Agape.
Is that the lexical form? If that's the lexical form, it can't be masculine.
Right. So what is it?
I don't know. And my question is, all right, if you say it's feminine, I don't know how you work out that ending.
It's not feminine. It's nominative, plural, masculine.
Okay, then what word is it? Because it's not agape.
It's not agape.
It can't be unless it's feminine.
Oh, it's that weird one.
What is the weird one? That's what I'm looking for.
I don't know. Hold on.
Well, put a masculine ending on it. Put a masculine singular ending on it.
The ending has toss at the end.
Good. So say the word. It sounds just like the feminine one, but with toss at the end.
Hold on.
What's the feminine word? You used to say it before you knew Greek.
Agape toss.
Good.
Okay, agape toss.
Right. Yep.
What does that word mean? It means good.
No, that'd be agios. Good. Oh, yeah. I thought, whatever. Agios is good, holy.
Does it mean love then?
Well, it's obviously from the same stem or the same root as love, right?
Yeah.
But it's the masculine word agapetos. So it can't be, agape is love.
Right.
What do you think agapetos would be?
I don't know.
Maybe beloved.
Beloved.
Yeah.
I knew that. Okay.
All right.
So he's talking about the beloved ones.
Right.
Okay. Oh, good Lord. This is going to take such a long time. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. The verb is ponti. I mean, that's a noun. Okay. So, okay. So pistuete is the noun, is the verb.
Good. Right.
Pistuete is the verb. Okay, it's saying it says it's an imperative. Okay.
It is. Yeah, you haven't learned that yet, but just know it's a strong command. It's not like a regular verb.
Pistuete. So o ace a amen ete. So you are believing.
Well, hold on.
Oh no. You
Okay.
are.
Okay, yeah, you're good. Don't use you because in an imperative you don't have to give the you. It's just kind of implied.
Okay. So, okay. Well, I need to find a subject.
You already have your subject. You.
Okay.
You just don't say it.
So. Okay. So. Beloved ones, believe you. So you don't say you.
You can, but it's awkward. I
Okay.
mean, you don't need to. It's kind of like saying, Aaron, go unload the dishes. I wouldn't in English say, Aaron, you go unload the dishes.
Okay. So beloved ones.
I could, but it's kind of implied.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beloved ones, believe. Okay. I'm seeing two nouns here. Ponti and pneuma.
Okay, well, can you parse Ponti for me?
Ponti. Okay, so It's dative, singular, I don't know what gender it is.
Why don't you know what gender?
Because it's an adjective.
Okay, then you don't have two nominatives.
Right. It's an adjective. So
what is it modifying?
It's modifying pneumati.
Which means that it's going to have that same gender, more than likely.
So it's, yeah, okay. So it's neuter.
Okay.
So beloved ones believe may means not.
It's a negation. Good. So you need to negate that verb.
All right, beloved ones, don't believe. What does Ponti mean? What does pos mean?
Pos upon.
Don't believe every spirit.
Okay.
Okay.
And since it's dative, how do you render the dative?
Don't believe.
You might want to use the helping word in.
Don't believe. Okay. Don't believe in every spirit.
Good.
Oh my gosh, that shouldn't have taken me so long, Joseph. This is kind of embarrassing.
Aaron, your method was encouraging. You went, you found the verb, you worked through nominatives. It's encouraging. You just need to not get frazzled when you're working through it. Just let the information be the information. Deal with the words as they come.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, Aaron, if you would have gone through that section even word for word, sometimes if you get stuck, it's helpful just to define the words and see. Straightforward, it would have said, beloved ones, not all spirits believe. Right?
Not every spirit's believe.
Sure. Not every all is not every spirit believe. Okay.
Right.
I can make out a good English sentence out of that. I can go, oh, I know what it's saying.
Right.
Beloved ones, do not believe every spirit. Good. Okay.
I feel like I should be doing this faster, but I guess it's okay.
You're in Greek 1. Please don't go any faster than this. You're in danger of getting things wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Allah means but test the spirit.
Parse pneumata.
Parse it.
Yes, parse it.
Okay, so it's accusative, plural, neuter. So the spirits.
Why would you say accusative?
Because I know it's accusative because it's like it's the direct object.
I don't. How did you get that?
8.
I'm not saying you're wrong. Just.
I know. Yeah, I know. Because it's the direct object because it's coming after a noun, like test what.
Okay, it's coming after a verb, right?
Verb.
So you've got this imperative of you test the spirits.
Right. Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Good. Perfect. Thank you for explaining grammatically that helps.
Okay. But test the spirits if in. Okay. To Theou Estin. But test the spirits if Estin. If you are in God.
Go through your Amy paradigm one more time.
Amy A. Estin.
Okay.
So, okay. But test the spirits if it's in God.
If it is, and where are you getting in?
Ek.
The N means in, but not ek.
Oh, from God.
There you go. So test the spirit if it is from God.
If it is from God. Okay. All right. In this you know the Spirit of God. Pon, pneuma, ho. Oh, that's when that definite article is acting as something else.
There you go.
Right?
Well, ha, it's yes. Ha, you see that little accent on it?
Yeah.
That means it's a relative pronoun. It's not your typical article.
Okay, that's helpful.
Well, it's actually a different word. An article can sit there, ha, can sit there without the accent and function as a relative pronoun, but this is a legitimate relative pronoun. You're not going to learn this until chapter 14.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So pon, pneuma, so this spirit.
Why are you getting this? Why are you putting a demonstrative there?
I'm sorry. Pon means each and every.
Good. Try each.
Each spirit that confesses Jesus Christ has come.
Well, you didn't finish.
All right.
We appreciate that it has come, but this little prepositional phrase finishes off before.
Okay.
Each spirit that confesses Jesus Christ in Sarki.
In Sarki. What does Sarki mean? Why can't I remember that? Sarks means flesh. Okay. All right. So every spirit that confesses Jesus Christ in flesh,
right,
has come from God. It is. I don't know.
you can smooth that out. You're exactly right, but you could smooth that out.
Okay. Jesus Christ. All right. Let me go back. So each spirit that confesses Jesus Christ in flesh has come.
Okay, you may want to. I might have led you astray on having you finish that preposition. It's not that the spirits confess Jesus Christ in flesh, because there's no. It's not that they confess him in flesh,
right?
But that they confess that he has come in flesh. So that's where we're getting hung up.
Okay, so each spirit that confesses Jesus Christ has come in the flesh.
Yeah, it confesses that Jesus Christ has come in flesh. Right, okay.
Is from God.
Right.
Okay. Okay. And each spirit that does not confess Jesus Christ has come in flesh is not from God.
Okay, why did you include Jesus? Why did you include Christ has come in flesh?
Why did I?
Yeah.
Because it says in rule number 3 in the bottom, or like without the bottom. Remember, I said earlier that when there's two parallel thoughts, the author feels free to omit some of the words.
All right, that's good. I just want to make sure you didn't jump up with your eyes. No, yeah. You're perfect. That's right. It is the same phrase. So you can say Jesus Christ has come in flesh is not from God. Good. Okay.
Okay. And tuta. This. So hate, hatas, tuta. So, and this one.
What is it talking about when it says this? Remember, a demonstrative.
So, and this spirit is
Good.
the Antichrist?
Because
Is
it's
of the Antichrist.
this one, it would be, and this one is the spirit of the Antichrist.
Okay, and this one is the spirit of the. Okay, you're right. You're right. So you couldn't say, and this spirit is the Antichrist. It says the same thing, but it's not.
Kind of says the same thing, but I think in this section, let the word order stand, and so in this one is the spirit of the Antichrist. I think, works.
Okay, which you heard. Oh, okay. Eric Atai. Okay. Oh, Ase, Ete, Uso, Amai, Atai. So I'm gonna parse Ericatai. So it's present, deponent, indicative,
Right.
third person plural. No. Ete, Uso, Ase, Ete, Uso, Amai, Atai. I'm sorry, it's third person singular.
Good.
So
It's deponent. Good.
deponent. So okay, which you heard that it comes.
You're gonna have to supply the subject. It's in the verb.
That he comes.
That he is coming.
That
Good.
he is coming.
Yeah, because it's a present continuous.
Yes.
Which you heard that he is coming.
Okay. Oh, talking about the Antichrist.
Right.
Okay. And now in the world. Okay. And now he is in the world. Hold on.
A day. Just finish it. And you
So,
get it done.
now he is in the world, and A is just emphasizing now already.
Yeah, already. And now he is in the world already.
Already. Okay.
Yeah, good. Or it can be, and now already he is in the world. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
You know what is happening while I'm parsing this, or I'm sorry, while I'm translating this? Like
What's
this
that?
verse is really coming alive to me, which is really awesome.
Yeah, that's great. That's what we want. But you notice you took about as long to do the first part of this sentence as you did the entire rest of the passage. So you sped up as you started going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right.
it's good. You're always going to hit those parts where you don't know the words, or it's constructed weird, and you're just going to be like, what is that saying?
Right.
But laboring over it does bring more value to the text.
Yeah, it really makes the scripture come alive. I need to start reading in my Greek Bible.
That would be good.
What did you do? I haven't touched it. At all.
Just pick it up and start reading. To be honest, it'll help you when you get to interp. Now, when you get to interp, you're going to be like, oh no, I've been doing it wrong. But it'll help you even make that transition more if you're used to reading the text.
What do you mean doing it wrong?
Well, because you're going to have Dr. Palmer for interp, and he pronounces everything in modern Greek, not Erasmian. So when he reads the Greek Bible, you're going to be going, what in the world? And
oh, really?
Yeah. So he's pretty awesome, though. I mean, I have a slight man crush on him. Yep.
I'm not surprised, Joseph.
It's true. But hey, have a great rest of the week.
You too,
Nail
Joseph.
this test or this quiz and get to studying. And I'm going to try and make a video. A lot of people are trying to take chapters 11 and 12 early. So I'm going to try and make a video this weekend that I can get on YouTube that'll help walk through the chapter as a reminder that everybody can view before they go take their quiz. And then I'll still hold a Monday session for those who want to join in for the quiz.
Why are they trying to take it early?
So, Thanksgiving traveling. Some people are taking off early in the week or this or that for Thanksgiving and aren't going to wait until Wednesday.
Right.
So I'm going to try and create a video early on 11/12.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, girl. Bye, Aaron.
Bye.
See ya.